When should I withdraw my immigration case? Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States out of our office right here in St. Louis, Missouri. When I was a kid, one of my favorite singers was Kenny Rodgers. Yes, I grew up in the 70s and I like country music, if you can believe that. And my favorite Kenny Rodgers song was The Gambler. And in the song The Gambler, he talks about knowing when to hold 'em and knowing when to fold 'em. And in that case, he's talking about cards, knowing when to stay in the game, when to get out of the game. And that song occurred to me this morning when I was thinking about the issue of whether or not someone should withdraw their immigration case. Sometimes people think that the best thing to do is to let a tricky case or an unapprovable case keep going. And there's this concept of sunk costs. In other words, people say to themselves, well, I've been waiting a really long time for my green card, or I spent a lot of money to get my citizenship, and they're thinking about the money that they spent and the time that they've waited, and that makes them keep going with a case that should probably at least be considered to be withdrawn. Some cases simply aren't going to get approved, and it's better to get them withdrawn than to have them denied. Sometimes there's fates worse than withdrawal, and sometimes you need to pull back and start over. I remember I have a client who I've been trying to get naturalized for a long time, and we were at a juncture in his case, and if we decided to dismiss it and refile, we thought that that would change the time frame that the government was looking at for his good moral character. And so he told me a story about his father had told him that whenever you're in a battle or a war and you have the chance to retreat and regroup, that sometimes that's the best thing to do. And that's what we're talking about today in this video. So I'm talking about situations where people have filed a case, and maybe at the time it was filed, it was strong, and now it's gotten shaky, or they didn't know what they were doing and they filed a shaky case and it's been shaky the entire time. When we are presented with those facts, we often ask ourselves, should this application be withdrawn? I can think of many instances where Amani or the other attorneys in our office have come to me, or I've talked to them about situations where people never should have filed in the first place, or where the case, for whatever reason, has gone off the tracks. And what I mean by that is the relationship isn't as strong, the documentation isn't as strong, there's some fundamental defect in the application, or the person is ineligible or inadmissible for adjustment. And these are situations where we're going to want to go ahead and probably withdraw the case, regroup. A lot of times we withdraw cases shortly before an interview. If you have clients who are shaky, who aren't going to make a good impression, or under particular stress at a particular point in time, then a good immigration lawyer is going to at least consider the idea of withdrawing a case. So I want you to think about your case, and I want you to remember that there's fates worse than withdrawal. You can go to an interview on a case that's shaky, you could get hit with a fraud allegation, you could get denied, you could get put into removal, you could receive a notice to appear. Sometimes we withdraw a case because we're just hopeful that USCIS might forget about this particular person and not deny the case, and then be so outraged by the conduct of the applicant that they go ahead and refer them to immigration court. So these are important things to keep in mind. It's something that you don't want to do lightly. You don't want to go withdrawing cases left and right, but at the same time, if there's something fundamentally flawed with your case, you should give good consideration to the idea of perhaps withdrawing that case. You have to know when to fold them, as my friend Kenny Rodgers would say. We hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please leave us a comment below. Please be sure to share it out on social media. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you get updates whenever we shoot new videos. And please be sure to join us in our Facebook group, which is called Immigrant Home. You can find us there. If you have questions of your own, videos you'd like us to shoot, you can leave us a comment down below, or you can email us at info@hackinglawpractice.com. If you have a question or you want to talk about working together, give us a call at 314-961-8200. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.